You're 15 years old, cutting hair full time, and within the space of about 4 months, you've managed to overtake the majority of barbers in the UK, which is pretty insane. My name's Jude, and I coach barbers to make 5 figures a month through posting content. And this is Johnny. You might have seen him before on TikTok. He was actually the first person to enroll in my mentorship program called the SMEASH formula. And because he was my first ever client, he was actually a little bit of a test dummy, because I already knew this formula worked on me. I gained 300k followers in 4 months of posting on TikTok, and this also led to me making consistent 5-figure months. But for me to be truly confident that the content formula that I've created actually works, then it needs to work on other people as well. Otherwise, I haven't actually created a formula at all. I just got lucky. I knew that if I could take Johnny, who was 15 years old at the time, and transform his career in 4 months with this content formula, then I was onto something, and I know it can work with any barber. And unsurprisingly, it worked, and it worked quick. So first of all, I just want to know how this even happened. So bring me back to the start of your career. When was that, about a year ago or so?
So I just started cutting hair in school. I just decided to buy some clippers.
Yeah. Did you want to be a barber necessarily?
I didn't really think anything of it.
So once you actually dropped out of school, you started working in like a normal barbershop?
Yeah, just like a pretty ordinary barbershop.
Yeah, cool. And what was your working life looking like in the barbershop? How often were you cutting hair, and were you making good money? Were you charging a lot?
I was charging like £10.
Yeah.
Doing about 10, 15 haircuts a week. Yeah, so I wasn't really making any money.
Yeah.
Because my schedule wasn't very booked out whatsoever. Didn't really know what I was doing either.
From that experience of you cutting hair, how did that make you feel about barbering as a whole? Did you think there was much potential there at all, or did you kind of just think it was something to do temporarily maybe until you find something better?
I didn't really see anything. I sort of just hated it because I didn't think I could really go anywhere. I was pretty close to quitting as well.
Yeah, and then so what made you actually realise that there was a bit of potential with it?
I've seen quite a lot of barbers on TikTok, and I sort of even seen you at the time.
Yeah.
I liked your videos, they're quite funny. And I was like, wait, he's actually doing something pretty good here.
And we actually live in the same town, so to see someone in your town that's actually made something of it,
yeah,
probably makes it seem a bit more possible.
Yeah.
Majority of barbers obviously aren't doing much. Until you see a real life example of it, you probably assume that it's not really doable.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a thing, yeah.
Getting into social media, how did that come about? Did you just start filming your clients and posting it randomly, or did you have an actual goal of actually doing well with it?
I was just posting random videos.
Yeah.
They were literally first videos.
To be fair, I remember, because like I said, we live in the same town. I remember seeing a series of yours, posting every day until 5k followers. Did you ever hit 5k from that or not?
Nah, I actually didn't.
No.
Probably gained about 200 followers.
Yeah.
And I just gave up.
Yeah, you would give up though, to be fair.
Yeah.
If you're posting every single day and seeing no results, I get it.
So I sent you a message because I see no progress for months, and I reached out to you hoping that there was an answer.
Yeah, I was definitely in a similar position as well. Even at that point, obviously, although you thought I was doing well, I was looking at the barbers with millions of followers thinking, surely there's something that they're doing that I'm not. How are they structuring their content and how are they running their business versus how am I doing it? Because as I said, at that point, I was working so hard, and you probably felt like you were working really hard with your videos, posting every single day, and yeah, basically just looking for answers as you would. I remember speaking to you roughly at the start, and it became clear that you obviously like the idea of cutting hair, but when it comes to cutting hair, 12 hours a day, 5-6 days a week. To be honest, I felt like you didn't even necessarily want to cut hair.
Yeah, I enjoyed cutting hair. But I really didn't want to do it every day. I enjoyed doing it a little bit, but the thought of me having to do it every day till I'm about 60 or 70 just...
And I felt exactly the same. I got into barbering not really wanting to cut hair all day, every day. I enjoyed the idea of it, but when you're doing something like that much, you're doing it every day of the week, yeah, it does take a toll on you. So yeah, you need some sort of exit plan. So you're recognizing that at 15, well, probably even fucking younger at the time.
14, yeah.
Yeah, you've noticed that, wait, I'm cutting hair now, and I might be good doing this when I'm 20, 30, but when I get to 40, 50, 60, you need to build something that's actually beyond cutting hair behind the chair. Because otherwise, I don't know, the future's looking dark, to be honest. Right, so I'm just going on your profile now. I want to basically look at the difference in your content, what you were posting back then before we were working together, versus how it looks after we're actually working together. Yeah, I'm seeing some of these videos here. Straight away, I can see there's no consistency with it. You can just about tell you're a barber, but...
Could you even tell you I was a barber?
Yeah, no, not really. It looks like you cut hair for fun here and there.
Getting 1,000 views a video as well.
Yeah, as you can see, the views aren't too good. Now, these will be a lot higher now because obviously now you've got over 100k followers. People have probably been coming back and watching your videos. So before, these were probably a couple hundred views really. Did you ever find yourself struggling for video ideas? Almost like you don't know what to post.
Yeah, it was to the point where I had no clue what I was doing.
No, definitely. Like that was one of the main things with me as well. Before I had any structure to my content, I'd always just like run out of ideas, and that would be the reason why I'm not posting. There's no way I'm coming up with a new idea every single day if I want to post daily, which is what you should be looking to do, really. So yeah, if you've got no structure to your videos, no plan, no system in place, then it doesn't matter how creative you are. Like, I'm pretty fucking creative. The chances of it working out are pretty slim, to be honest.
I mean, if you look at the difference in views, yeah, this is awful. And then you can start to see, yeah, as soon as I join, like 60K, 2 mil,
Yeah.
nearly a million again, like 200K.
Yeah. Well, that was once you actually implemented the coaching, wasn't it? And you started following what we teach in the SMEASH formula. Yeah, it's pretty insane how that turned around in the space of what, like maybe a couple of weeks?
Right, in fact, yeah.
Yeah, it took like an absolute U-turn. And that's the thing with these platforms as well, especially TikTok. Like, if you start making videos that are actually going to do well on the algorithm and you know what you're doing, it will literally turn around within the space of one video.
Well, yeah.
Like, that's the thing. There is an answer to why your videos weren't doing well before. It's not a case of you shadow banned or the algorithm doesn't like you. Like, once you actually knew what you were doing with your content, following the advice it's given you, it just took off, basically.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And let me also remind you lot, he's 15 at this point. So if you think you're not capable of taking on the advice as well as he did, then I'll just click off this video, to be fair. So you've been working with me for about 4 months now. Can you pull up your following graph on TikTok?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
see. Calm. So this is this year. And yeah, you can see the graph on the screen now. Numbers don't lie. You've gained 106K followers this year. That's actually getting to a pretty serious level. Have you noticed a difference in your day-to-day life?
I mean, recently, yeah, I get quite a lot of people asking me for photos.
What, actually? That's fucked. So obviously at the start, we had the intention of just, making you more money, getting you booked out. But now we've got people taking photos with you, which was not part of the plan, but I guess it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then aside from the followers, in terms of like your actual barbering career, how's that looked since gaining all those followers?
Well, so before I came to you, what was I charging, like 10 or 15 pound?
Yeah.
And now I'm charging 30 pound. I'm fully booked.
So you've doubled your prices in the space of 4 months.
Yeah.
Making good money, cutting hair, what, 3 days a week, is it?
4 days.
4 days a week. Like, I think that's every barber's ideal schedule, really. Get all the work done in 4 days a week, and you've got 3 days to actually focus on the business side of it, really. But obviously in the SMEASH formula, we're not just focusing on money you're making actually cutting hair. That's like the foundation of the career. But I want to see the money that you're actually making online now, because you are, monetizing these platforms, making money. What's the most that you've made off like one single TikTok?
I can actually get up, I think.
Yeah.
£1,300.
£1,300. How long did it take you to film that video?
About 10 minutes.
Yeah, about 10 minutes. You got a couple others on there?
Got £500 from this one.
500, yeah.
Yeah, another few 500s.
Yeah, seen enough already. So yeah, you're actually monetized on these platforms now. People don't realize stuff like the TikTok Creator Fund, you're gonna make like decent money on it, to be honest. What other streams of income have you got? Have you got any brand deals yet?
Yeah, finally I got a few brand deals coming in.
Yeah.
I was quite excited for that. That's what I've been looking forward to, a few brand deals.
Would you mind saying what your biggest brand deal is so far? Or?
I got an offer, 2 videos for £1,500.
Yeah, that's crazy. 2 videos can be filmed in about, what, 30 minutes maybe?
Well, if that.
Yeah, if that. So we've covered monetization on TikTok, covered brand deals. Is there any other way you're making money at all?
Oh yeah, no. SMEASH, your product.
Yeah.
I've been selling that on TikTok Shop and in person, so I've been getting a bit of commission from that.
Yeah, cool, yeah. Everything we've gone over there, that's gonna add up to a lot of money. How's that looking compared to obviously the money you're making from cutting hair versus the money you're making online now?
So a lot of the time it's about 50-50.
So you basically doubled your income just from essentially filming you cutting hair. And more than that, actually, because the filming you cutting hair has allowed you to raise your prices with barbering, and you've got more clients off it as well. So in reality, you've probably tripled your income.
Quadrupled even.
Yeah. Honestly, you should be like very proud of yourself. Like, you're 15, you're making more than the majority of barbers at this point. You've only been cutting hair full time for a year, which is pretty insane. Obviously been working with us for like 4 months. That's where the majority of the growth has happened. But a year's experience cutting hair. What would you say like the main things you've learned have been since working with us?
Well, realistically, social media is literally everything.
Yeah.
Like, I've learned that as a barber, you can be the best barber in the town or even in the country, but if no one knows who you are, then it's just useless.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't matter how good your skill set is. Obviously that matters for retaining customers. But in reality, it doesn't matter how good you are. If no one knows you and no one can find you, you're not getting any bookings really. And that's going to affect how much you can actually charge as well. And when it came to actually signing on, were you skeptical at all? Obviously, you've made like a pretty substantial investment in yourself money-wise. Did that scare you? Did you have any doubts at all?
Yeah, no, I definitely had doubts. I mean, anyone spending a lot of money is going to be a bit worried, but yeah, if I didn't pull that trigger, then bloody hell.
Yeah, like you're glad you did. And obviously by this point, you've made all of that money back and more. You might have thought it was a bit expensive initially, but now you've set yourself up for the rest of your career, really.
I mean, when you look at it like that, the value for money is pretty insane.
Yeah, definitely. When you're investing in private courses, obviously you have got to be careful about who you're going to for help, as there will be naturally scammers on the internet. But the value for money is going to be insane, especially if you stay accountable and you actually do what the formula says.
Yeah, because whenever you'd send me a task, if Jude doesn't see that I do this, then I'm going to hold myself accountable and actually do it.
Yeah. That's honestly one of the main things about a mentorship program as well. Like the fact that you've got check-ins with myself or one of the team and you've got someone to answer to. You're gonna do the steps and you're gonna see the results from it as you did, which is probably the main thing that separates this whole process, to be honest.
Because the quicker you learn it, the better your future will be.
Yeah, definitely. The earlier you learn, the better, because you're not gonna have to reverse any bad habits that you've learned. And the more you're actually gonna enjoy your career as well. Like once you know the right ways to market yourself, you'll see that barbering is actually one of the best careers if you do it right. If you do it right, you can't. And obviously if Johnny can do it, as we've said multiple times, he's 15. Like what is stopping you genuinely? The only limiting factor would be yourself, because obviously the steps that we do, they work.
Everyone normally says it's too much work. They don't want to embarrass themselves online. Like what I'd say is way more embarrassing is not taking a risk in your career and just being lazy.
Yeah, definitely. Deciding to actually take a bet on yourself and, invest into something like the SMEASH formula, and the small chance being that you're gonna fail because, you don't implement it right. That is still less of a risk than not trying in the first place, obviously, because then you're guaranteed to get no results.
Like if I can do it, then there's literally zero excuse. Like I'm only 15, I'm not the brightest. If anything, I'm probably more stupid than you.
Yeah, I dropped out of school, but can still implement the steps we teach, which says it all really. So just to wrap up everything we spoke about, you've dropped out of school, you've gained 100k followers in about 4 months, charging some of the highest prices in your town, making money online, like making £1,000 off single TikTok videos, people even asking you for photos when you go outside. Yeah, game is gone. Johnny, it's been a pleasure. It's been good seeing your progress, and I wish to see a lot more in the future as well. Smash. If you were inspired by Johnny's transformation and you're ready to transform your career through content creation, if you want to build a brand beyond actually just cutting hair and build a business you're proud of, or you're feeling greedy and you just want to get rich, then book a free strategy session with myself below. My calendar's open. Now there is limited spots available, but if you manage to grab one, then I'm happy to talk with you. You can tell me a bit about yourself, how things are with your career at the minute and your goals of where you actually want to be. From there, I'll work out if I can actually help you and if you qualify for the SMEASH formula. If you don't, then you're going to leave with a crystal clear roadmap on how to actually get to the point where you're ready to qualify. But if I think you'll be a good fit, I'll see you on the bright side. SMEASH.